What's going on, guys? Getting my ring light set up. Okay. Well, I shall be right back, but I'm excited about the setup. I got this ring light from the flea market here in my town. Some Apostle Tags, good song. But I'll be right back. Gotta find the piece. So I have the ring light now. So this was 12 bucks, like I said. This and you get up in my thing, actually, I'll show you. So I'm putting the piece together here, connect this together here. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up the recording studio for people whenever they want to come in and record and set up some merch for my other business that I run. So yeah, getting organized here. So I'm just creating content, so bear with me here today. I actually have something that I want to talk to you about. So if the audio is good, let me know. Okay, so I'm building up the studio. I'm actually going to change this desk setup. I'm going to I want this to be more of a lounge type setting. So I have a chair here, a chair here, and then whenever I want to teach on the whiteboard, I will have this whiteboard set up. Hopefully this is good light, this is good angles. If not, I have another one here I can add. I don't know if this actually helps, but this mic here, I can actually put it to my phone if I needed it. But I have the Bluetooth wireless that I won't need for that, but I have a different type of setup. So whenever we are working with clients, we'll actually have this setup mic, this Bauer mic. And what we'll be able to do is, work with our clients and sit with them and talk to them, and they'll speak it to the mic, and then we'll have the additional light. So it's got those different modes and things of that nature. So today's topic, actually, that's heavier than what I thought it was going to be. So today's topic, building a personal brand. And what would I do if I was starting over? Building my personal brand, and if I was coaching you right now. And so I'm actually developing my Patreon account, and with my Patreon account, that will actually be where people that want to support the show can come out and support the show. But what I like now is my wife needed to get a new phone, so this freed me up to get this new phone. And so I'm just documenting the journey, right? For my big vision, big picture for my media company, and getting this set up and getting it established. And so I have a lot that I want to do. I like that I can create content over there, and I can do stuff like this, take you guys through the process and the journey. So I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. So again, here's this ring light. So I'm double dipping on the content. And I'm just ring light. iJoy Studio, which is cool. Take you guys through the process. So today's topic, if I was building this brand, or I was building this media studio, which that's what I'm doing. If I was talking to you today about building a personal brand, have something to say, have something to, hang your hat on. Whatever it is, do that, right? And why it's important is because whatever you're going to do in your life, and I don't know if you can see me very well, this is why I'm practicing and I'm getting content, so I'm talking you through it. But if I was doing this over, and first, where are you going? You got to have some direction. And for me, it's developing an inheritance for my children's children, and for and so my great grandchildren. I'm looking at generations down. And because I was that kid, right? How many generations am I? From my grandmama, right? I'm 2 generations down. So my mother passed away and my grandmother's passed away. So I'm one of the few people left in my family that has the history. Most of our aunts and uncles have passed away. And so, developing their personal brand is important because of the access and the people it gives you connections with. You know, maybe you're not comfortable talking on camera. Maybe you like to type. Maybe you like to, handwrite, or maybe you're good at note taking and you want somebody else to do that for you. I'm not really sure what direction or place you feel comfortable in, but I say find that thing. So first you got to declutter. Where are you headed? Let's talk about it. I love my whiteboard. I'm actually going to get this. Hopefully I can get this mounted here. If not, I'll get a rolling cart. I'll have to ask my buddy who's allowing me to use this space right now. And I need to bring my whiteboard cleaner actually. The first things first is, where are you headed? There's so many things to life that it's really important to figure this out, right? One of the things that I had to figure out early is, who am I? And what do I want to be? And coaching basketball is one of those things, but I also have this hankering and this hunger to be a entrepreneur and build a business and build a studio. So I'm creating this idea of my 4X media studio where people can come and use the equipment and they'll be able to record and they'll be able to take an hour. If they need to book more, they can book more sessions. So really it's coming down to, how do I help, the next person cultivate their brand, and how do we help them tell their story? And so really my role as a coach and a master planner is saying, say you want to take 3 vacations a year. What does that look like for you? I'm writing my second book, which is called Rewriting What's Possible, Why People Don't Stop Long Enough to Change. And it's important that we have these topics of discussions because, a lot of people are just waking up on accident. Like, oh my gosh, these things just happen. No, these things just don't happen. Like, I posted something on my threads the other day about, and it was just a hypothetical. You got 20,000 miles left on your tires. You need to start planning for that, right? You need to start planning for new tires, or you need to start planning for road hazards. Life is not really unpredictable. These things are going to happen. It's just you're not prepared for the timing of these things. So preparation beats panic any day of the week. And so, whenever I got done with basketball practice, I was like, man, should I go home and just sit around, right? Take a shower. I really need to go home and take a shower. But I was like, man, I need to go and create some content, and I need to do some things. And really what I'm doing is I'm blending 2 things. I'm taking like a hybrid approach to streaming, and, documenting the journey. So really what I'm doing is creating content. It's really not my podcast setup that I'm actually looking at here. I'm just creating some content because I got to do ring lights, so I wanted to use that. Everything is content, they say. So pretty much what I'm doing now is basically building the production and promotion for my 4X Media Studio, I don't have a production team, and it's just me. So, I'm having to do the content, and I'm actually using this time, not having my phone, occupied doing the work. So this allows me, the camera is my producer and my worker. So the Riverside app, and this is my workstation. So right now I'm posting a video that I took from this setup showing my Riverside app. So I got to actually get my Riverside app set up. So nobody has to do anything. It's always funny, when you listen to the internet gurus, it's like, why should anybody care? Nobody has to care about anything that I have to say. I'm seriously just doing community service content to help other people create value for the future. And if they don't value what I have to say, I understand there's 8 billion people in the world. Surely I just gotta run enough ads and find those people, like my people. Okay, so let me know if you hear me, if you can hear me, if the mic is good. So like I said, the Riverside, and it's always interesting to me running an e-store, the amount of spam you get. like I always get asked a ton of questions about shipping. It's like you clearly did not go through the sales process if you're asking me about shipping. So hopefully in this I get enough sound bites or B-roll. Really what I'm doing is developing B-roll for the content, and so that will help me share it so I can promote and market my studio. And so I put a couple of different pieces of advice in this one. Really, I'm just streaming pre-recorded streams. I'm not doing a live stream, but pre-recorded streaming, so I can take that, because now I got to get on TikTok here. But this gives me a place that I can build a brand and a place to think and develop long term. And so, when I put this strategy on the board, what does my strategy look like? My first goal is to get to 500 YouTube subscribers, 5K Meta subscribers. The thing is building the engine and the audience and building the network and connection with people. So hitting all the baseline tips. It's like I can't worry about the money until I get the reps and the baseline stuff done. Right. All right, guys. So I'm done recording. I just wanted to get my setup set up. I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to get my mind wrapped around how I wanted the podcast studio to look. So when people come here and they record, that it's an experience, right? And that we're connected. And something about getting a little coffee bar. And I don't know. I'm excited. There's some things that we can do to the space that my mentee Rashawn was telling me about. And so, yeah, we're going to do that. All right. So do me a favor, like and subscribe. Go to Instagram or YouTube, wherever you're catching us at, and like and follow. And then reverse it and hit it on those. And then I'll see if I can put my Facebook link on there. I don't know how that Facebook deal works on that. All right. See you guys.